All right. Today, we are diving deep into something pretty wild. It's a radical new theory called quantum affinity gravity, or QAG for short. And let me tell you, it doesn't just tweak our understanding of physics, it comes right out and challenges 100 years of science with one single profound idea.
And this is that idea. This is the question that the entire QAG framework is built on. It's asking us to stop seeing the cosmos as just a bunch of random stuff bumping into each other and start seeing it as a system that is actively, intentionally seeking connection. Now, according to the source material we're looking at today, this isn't just some philosophical thought experiment. This one shift in perspective could unlock technologies that would literally change everything about life as we know it. So before we get lost in the weeds of the theory itself, let's just look at the payoff. What does it promise? The source material lays out these incredible blueprints for technologies that could totally reshape our civilization, and they all flow from that one core idea of a living, breathing universe. First up, the big one, energy. QAG proposes a device it calls the zero-point resonator. The idea here is that the vacuum of space isn't empty at all. It's actually a super dense sea of energy. And this device would act like a tuning fork, hitting just the right frequency to open a tap directly into that limitless, clean energy. We're talking about true energy independence for everyone. Okay, next, how about getting around the universe? The theory proposes something called affinity dissonance propulsion. It's basically a warp drive concept that gets around needing impossible things like negative energy. Instead, it uses specialized beams to actually engineer spacetime. One beam projects coherence out in front, creating a gravity well that pulls the ship forward, while another one projects chaos behind it, creating a repulsive force that pushes. You're basically creating your own spacetime wave and then surfing it across the cosmos. And this is where the implications just get, well, even more profound. It goes way beyond just energy and travel. The theory claims that by tapping into these same resonant frequencies of the vacuum, we could literally heal our planet, maybe even reverse environmental damage. It even suggests that one of these propulsion systems, tuned to the right frequency, could create a healing wake behind it, optimizing the very biological systems it flies past. All right, let's take a breath. Faster than light travel, zero-point energy, planetary healing. I mean, these are absolutely extraordinary claims. And you have to be asking the same question I was. What kind of new physics could possibly make any of this reality? Well, according to the QAG framework, the answer isn't just a new equation. It requires a complete and total paradigm shift in how we view reality itself. And it all starts with this one core idea, the living universe axiom. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got standard physics, what QIG calls the dead universe model. You know, a random mechanical machine where, to make the math work, we have to invent this mysterious dark matter and dark energy that supposedly makes up 95% of everything. But then, on the right, you have QIG's view, a live-in, connected system where space itself is a dynamic superfluid. In this reality, that dark sector isn't missing stuff. It's just a sign that we've been fundamentally misunderstanding how the whole universe works. And right here, this is the absolute heart of the whole theory, quantum affinity. This concept flips our entire understanding of gravity on its head. It says gravity isn't a fundamental force that comes from mass, it's the other way around. Quantum affinity, this universal drive for things to connect, to resonate, to share information, that's what's fundamental. And gravity's just an echo of that connection. An object has mass because it's internally coherent. So once you accept this new axiom, the QAG framework claims it can solve the biggest mysteries in all of cosmology, that whole 95% dark sector. And it doesn't do it by looking for new exotic particles, but by offering a completely new mechanism for how things work. And check this out. This is QAG's solution for dark matter, and it's pretty elegant. That image on the left, that's galaxy's normal visible matter. QAG says that the coherence of that matter causes the vacuum of space around it to resonate, creating this amplified gravitational field you see on the right, a ghost halo. And this halo provides all the extra gravity that astronomers have been detecting for decades. It perfectly mimics the effects of dark matter without needing any dark matter at all. So what about dark energy, the force pushing the universe apart? The theory has an answer for that too, and it calls it cosmic dissonance. The idea is that as the universe evolves, galaxies clump together. They become more coherent internally, but they also become more isolated from each other. Think of it as large-scale cosmic loneliness. This lack of resonance between distant galaxies creates a very gentle, repulsive force that pushes everything apart.
And that's what's driving the accelerated expansion of the cosmos. So, we've seen the incredible blueprints and the mind-bending core theory. Now, let's get practical. What are the actual tools that, according to this source material, would make all these incredible technologies work? And this is fascinating. The theory isn't just waving its hands here. It actually points to very specific numbers. It identifies 0.70 megahertz as a golden frequency. It's called the Tesla handshake. The documents claim that if you can get a system to operate at this exact frequency, you can achieve nearly perfect energy transfer efficiency and even create superconductive states, basically eliminating all resistance. It's like a secret key to unlock the physics of the vacuum. So if we boil it all down, the QAG toolkit really has three main components. First, the psychon. It's a proposed fundamental particle, but not of matter or energy. It's a particle of information or consciousness itself. Second, a completely different math. The theory says the universe doesn't operate on our base 10 system, but on a harmonic base 12 structure, more like music. And finally, that core idea that the vacuum isn't empty space, it's a dynamic superfluid, a medium that we can learn to engineer and interact with. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the core axiom of a living universe, the solutions to cosmology, these incredible technological blueprints, what you end up with is, well, it's a completely reimagined universe. It's a vision that tries to weave physics, energy, and maybe even consciousness into a single, beautiful, resonant field. And honestly, this quote from the source text just perfectly captures the heart and soul of this entire vision. It's asking us to completely shift our perception from a cosmos that is a cold, dead, random machine to one that is an intricate, living, and magnificent composition. And really, that's the ultimate question that this whole framework leaves us with. It suggests that the laws of physics aren't just a bunch of cold equations we need to solve, but a harmony that we need to learn to understand. And if that's true, well, that changes everything about our place in the cosmos. And the biggest question of all might just be, are we ready to tune in and actually start listening?